Action.
Okay. So, back with another video right now. Wife's car needs an oil change. Wife is holding the camera, and I will be showing her how to do an oil change on her own car. So, as you can tell, I'm just squatting because the sun's over here, but you got my homemade jack stand. Got my jack. Tray sockets, ratchet, and claw to take off the oil filter. So, yeah, as you can tell, already got the hood jacked up, or propped up. So this is a step-by-step on me showing my wife how to do an oil change. So, to begin with, pull dipstick. I just do it out of habit. And take off your oil cap. As you can tell, on your oil cap, it tells you what type of oil you need. So, good rule of thumb is you take your oil cap, put it here, because when you go to close the hood, it will not close because your oil cap is right there. So you know that something's missing, so you can't close the hood. So, next, I'm going to jack up the car. I'm going to show my wife where to jack up the car, and I'm going to have her jack it up.
I know where to jack it up.
Okay, well, listen to the camera then. You show me.
No, go for it.
No, you said.
I'll jack it up.
Nope. Show me where to jack it up at.
Right here. This little metal piece.
A little metal piece.
Right here.
The pinch weld?
I don't know what it's called.
Yes, it's called the pinch weld. So, with these SUVs, I mean, there's not really good spot on where to jack it up from besides the pinch weld. So yeah, take the jack, put the little puck on the pinch weld, and jack her on up. We're gonna put my homemade jack stand up under the tire because all my other jack stands are right here holding up this other car. So, jack it up.
How am I gonna jack it up with your car right here?
Oh no, oil, spin it. There you go. You just don't do full pumps. So we're gonna jack up the car real quick and we'll be back. She's jacking up her own car. She's gonna set the jack stand up under this wheel once we get high enough. And I got a blanket to go there so we're not, you know, laying on the old oil stain. Keep jacking it up until you can go up high enough to where your wheel is off the ground and we can get this under the wheel. Yep, it's gonna roll a little bit, but it's not gonna go nowhere. Your parking brake is on and the car is in park. So, yep, keep jacking. Keep going. Don't worry, it ain't going nowhere. Now we got the car jacked up. It's on the jack stand. I got the jack up under it for extra security over there. I got my pan. What's next?
You wanna unplug the thingy?
The thingy. Yeah, alright, so we're gonna unplug the thingy, but we need to find a socket that fits it. So most of these Hondas are, I believe, are 17. Here's what I got right there. 17. Put that on your drain plug. So you want to make sure you find your engine drain and not something else that's going to drain what you don't want to drain.
Which one is it?
So I'll show you. Socket on your ratchet. Make sure it's in the off position. You're taking it off. This bolt right here.
Okay.
So if you just ran your car, this is your exhaust. It is very hot. Don't touch it. It will burn you. Trust me, I know. From experience. So you want to take your socket on there. Give it a nice little whack. Now it's broke loose. Now what you want to do is you want to slowly
And then it's gonna start pouring out.
take this off. Alright, once you get it to a point to where it's almost out, what I do is I just give it a quick little spins, and it's just gonna fall out. So be ready for it to fall out and be ready to oil to come out. Okay, you see oil fixing to drip out? Oh, there you go. And you drop all your oil everywhere just like that. Everywhere. Yep, still spilling out. All over your driveway. That's exactly what you gotta do. It's still spilling out nice. That's lovely. Yep. Follow exactly what I did. And you'll have oil all over your driveway too. Why is there so much oil? It shouldn't be this much oil coming out this quickly. Clearly y'all can tell this car needed an oil change. Wow, this got heavy quick. It's hot. It's splashing my arm. I got a stream of oil going down my driveway now. If y'all follow these exact steps, y'all can be just like me. You're gonna let that drain out. While you let that drain out, you're gonna clean your arm up, and you're gonna find something to clean up that oil. Before it goes all the way down the driveway. Oil for the car, oil filter. They didn't have the Honda one that I wanted, so and they didn't have the other one that I wanted, so went with Fram, the high-end Fram. Pennzoil, OW20, full synthetic. That's what I like running in this car. So, waiting for that to drain out to where it gets to the drips. It looks like it's at the drips, so let me grab my oil filter with me. Oh, get back up under here. So, got my claw just in case. It's such a poor design of a drain pan. Alright, so.
What'd you buy?
I don't know. It was cheap. What am I doing? Okay. Drain plug is still here. Dry that off, get all the oil off of it. You're supposed to change out your washer, but I don't have an extra washer. It should be okay. Shouldn't be any issue. So once it gets to the point where it's just dripping like this, it's pretty much all the oil is out, unless you want to sit here and wait till it stops dripping. That's up to you, but I'm not. So take the drain plug, you know, get a little bit of oil on your finger while you're doing it. Thread that back in there. Clean your finger off in the process, you know. Take that. You grab your ratchet with your socket again, put it in the on position. Put your socket back on, and you tighten. You give it like a good little and that should be fine. Drain plug is on. So now you see blue oil filter here, right? Mm-hmm. Most of the time these are pretty stuck, pretty tight, and you can't get them off by hand.
You need your little claw.
That's where my little claw comes in. The claw, you know. So take your socket off your ratchet. You put your, like that. We're taking this off, so you put it in the off position. You put it on there till it starts biting. Oh. And then see, you just slowly spin it. It's broke loose. So I want to move everything out the way. Bring my lovely drain pan back over here. Once you break loose your oil filter, you spin it to the point where it's leaking oil. Cause, oh nice, see, look, you just missed completely. And there you go. We'll let that drain out some. Once it stops dripping for the most part, you just spin your oil filter off. Be prepared because more oil will come out of it whenever it drops. There you go, it's nice and hot. It will burn you if it's really hot. Be careful. And yeah, you just clean your hand off, let it drip a little bit, and you spin your new oil filter on. But before you do that, let's see, you see that? Clean all that off. You want to clean all the way up here. Make sure it's nice and clean. Don't want no oil drip up here, because if you don't clean all this off and then, you know, you start seeing oil spots on your driveway and stuff, you're gonna question where's it coming from, and it's probably just because you didn't clean it all the way. So make sure it's nice and clean. You take your new oil filter. New oil filter, you know, it looks the same as the other one. You have a little bit of old oil, and you want to rub that on your seal so it's not a dry seal. And then you just spin that on. You really don't want to crank down on it like super hard, but good and hand tight should be more than enough. Make sure your pan doesn't, you know, overfill before you slide it out. And you want to slide that off to the side now. Now that we're through with it. Like I said again, got our oil, got our funnel. And this car, I believe, holds 3.4 quarts of oil. So what you want to do, if you don't spill none, you hold your funnel, take your oil jug, and slowly start pouring it in.
Not really helping, but
I'll let you start the car and I'll let you get up under there and check it. 4 quarts. So I want to go down to about 2.5, 2.6 on here. Okay, and just like that. You want to take your cap and you want to put it back on. Tight. Toy. So, you want to do me the honors to start it?
do you have the keys?
No, I don't. Okay. Start her on up. Reason I haven't jacked it down because you want to start it, let it cycle through, make sure there's no leaks anywhere, and so if anything's dripping, want to let it run for about, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute. So have you learned anything? You want to let it run for a little bit, let the oil cycle through, and then after that get up under the car and check, see if anything's leaking, and I will show y'all what to do after we get back up top. Let the car run for about 30 seconds to a minute just to let the oil cycle through the oil filter, make sure it all got down in there. And what you want to do is you want to grab yourself a rag, find your orange, you know, dipstick again. By the way, this is, if I didn't say again, it's called a dipstick. So
Palito.
yeah, a little palito. Check the end of it, make sure there's no oil on it. You don't want to deceive yourself. So you want to put it back in the hole where you pulled it from so you can check the oil, because that goes down to the oil pan. Pull it back out. And if you did it right, which I got to add just a little bit more because it's a little low, should be right where it needs to be. Added that little bit of oil, put the dipstick back in, pull it out, and you see where almost that second dot, right where it needs to be, right in between. So you put your dipstick back in, all the way back in. You grab your cap, oil cap again. Oh. Make sure it's all the way in like that. While you're here, I mean, you can check your washer fluid, your coolant level, check all your fluids, and check your air filter too while you're at it. I've already checked all that, so we're all good. You take your hood, put it back in place, and you're done. So that's how you do an oil change on a 2018 Honda CR-V.